Welcome to the Retro Legends Arcade. This is Papa Brad. We have an amazing show lined up with the new Williams pack, a look at a brand new pinball machine from AtGames, and some of the best pinball wizards in the community joining us. But first, we're going to take a look at the games because this show is all about the games. Every week we have games on a leaderboard. We play for fun, for free. We post scores. It's all about playing those arcade classics in pinballs. We have a stellar list of games. So before the fun gets started, I'm going to show you a quick video with QR codes of all the games. If you want to join us on the leaderboards, there's also links in the description of this video. We've got some fantastic games this week, and let's check them out. Who Dunnit? This one is a board game meets murder mystery table. It leans into storytelling and modes.
And then I was on the case.
You're not just racking up points, you're interrogating suspects, triggering scenes, and chasing multi-step objectives. It's got that mission structure that keeps players engaged across multiple balls, and the flavorful audio-video voice that really sells the narrative. This one is an absolute blast to play.
Follow that cat.
Who Dunnit is a pinball machine released by Bally in September of 1995, known for its murder mystery theme set in a 1940s style casino.
Tell me more about Trixie.
Trixie is always nosing around in my personal affairs.
The game was designed by Dwight Sullivan and Barry Orsler, with artwork by Linda Deal and Paul Barker. Players investigate a murder mystery at a casino, with suspects to interrogate and clues to find. The game features 4 suspects: Tony, Victoria, Trixie, and Bruno. There are 20 possible murder scenarios, making each game a unique experience. Players take on the role of Detective Nick Spade, using various shots and features to gather information. The playfield includes an elevator, a phone, a slot machine, and other interactive elements that help players progress through the mystery. The slot machine offers second chances and other bonuses. The game software was designed by Dwight Sullivan. A total of 2,416 units of Who Dunnit pinball machine were produced.
Hey, taxi.
Wow, the engine's roaring. Let's break the sound barrier and push the limits of speed. Nice shot! Maximum velocity. Skill shot reward. Bonus times 4. Secondary playfield activated.
Atari Anonymous. Ever since my husband Luno returned from Earth with Asteroids, the new Atari home video game, he and the rest of the family do nothing but play Asteroids. Luno says Asteroids is good practice for his interplanetary flights. Glibby-dibby, glibby-dibby. Tell me, dear Atari Anonymous, with everybody hooked on Asteroids, what on earth is a poor Martian mother to do?
New Atari Asteroids, now available for your home.
Hello and welcome to Asteroids 101, where you'll be learning from experts on the subject. From me, Professor Von Busch, and the Atari Video Computer System, 13984 at Toys R Us. Now, should you pass this course, we'll go on to these Atari game cartridges, 1887 to 3697 at Toys R Us. Helmut, I hope you've been paying attention, because I'm going to give a pop quiz later. Could I have some of your seeds?
Welcome to the show. Let's get everyone on. Let's see. All right. What's happening?
What's up, guys?
Hey, we got TomatoGrass. We got ChalataLove. We got the full Wizards in the house tonight. Welcome to the Retro Legends Arcade. So glad to have you back on the show.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
We've got so much to talk about tonight. We've got so much to talk tonight. I had to make some notes to keep me straight. So let's see. First thing I want to say is I want you each to introduce everyone in my audience to your channels. I did make some slides. I made some slides, TomatoGrass.
Whoa.
And let's talk about this.
Worthy of slides.
You are 100% worthy. First off, I want to say it's an honor to have TomatoGrass here, one of the greatest pinball players in the AtGames community. Just a great guy. What can you tell me about this TomatoGrass?
Wizard Room. So if you guys aren't familiar with my channel, I've been streaming AtGames 4K pinball for the past year. And mostly I was just doing it by myself. Then we started doing Battle of the Streamers where, I was starting to play with some of the other people on camera. And so I decided to just run with that idea. So now what I do every Monday night is I get a couple really good players, really good friends, and we discuss whatever's come out recently. We try to make sure we know our stuff when we get on that show, and then we try to tell the audience, like, hey, these are the new games, and this is how you're going to get a high score. And my favorite part of that whole show is we have a section where everybody's playing on the screen at the same time, and then I can bounce around to the audio, do a little commentary, and you can see a whole bunch of different styles of different ways that people are playing these games. But it's at the end of the day, it's just a lot of fun, and I have a good group of friends that come on every week, and Skoljo there is the co-host. He's a great friend, and I really like our dynamic.
A lot of love's on here tonight. You got Nick's reviews. Good stuff. So that's the Wizard Room, and that's TomatoGrass. ChalataLove, man, you've been on fire, man. I've been watching you, but look at these. Look at how many streams he's done. Look at this beautiful YouTube page and all those awesome live streams you do. And I hate to say it, ChalataLove, I can't watch it live anymore. I'm back to work. He streams in the middle of the day, but tell us a little bit about your channel. I do love your channel. I actually watch it all the time. You tell us all the secrets about all these pinball tables to play. Tell us about your channel.
Well, I started from watching TomatoGrass playing. Watched him play. He was inviting everybody to, if you could stream, to come and play on Battle of the Streamers, and I was like, I want to try that. That looks like a lot of fun. I've never done anything like that before in my life, so I kind of scraped together some cameras and tried to, got my wife to help me figure out how to get everything running on the computer, and started with Battle of the Streamers, and then started streaming Flipper Friends. Try to figure out kind of, there was already a bunch of people streaming, and I just wanted to kind of get my feet wet a little bit, and just kind of had the opportunity to be able to take the afternoon time. There wasn't anybody doing anything during the afternoon or lunchtime hour. So I decided to stream for the lunchtime hour for all the time zones, and I do that Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon Eastern to 3 Eastern. So
okay, and one of the cool things, you can always watch these live streams out. I'll watch a lot of them on. I have long drive time, so I always put you on and listen to you playing, and try to pick up some tips for playing the tables and playing the games. But, one of the things I love about the AtGames pinball community and just the virtual pinball, everyone has different strengths. You can talk and play. TomatoGrass is just a wonderful personality. He's just amazing to watch and so animated. I just love watching your streams, TomatoGrass. And I like it when you're the host in the Wizard Room as well, when you actually get to let other people play and you're kind of behind the you're working the controls, like the air traffic controls.
It's a lot less pressure I'm playing, but it is a lot of pressure to
you got 3 pinball machines all going full tilt with good players, and you're talking about what they're doing. And the thing is, you have to what's going on, which is great, And I love doing produced videos. That's my jam more. But I do love to play. I am a real competitor. And that's why I started this show. The entire purpose of the show is to put out games people can play for free each week. We have a free leaderboard. It costs nothing to post a score. I use the same system that real arcades use, and I purchased it for the show. And feel free to join our Retro Legends leaderboard. At the end of the show, we're going to shout out some players that have been playing hard on the leaderboards. And that's what this show is all about. It's about the games, And I know TomatoGrass, you've dropped some scores. ChalataLove, I appreciate you drop scores all the time, and I think it's a great community. When we learn together and we work together, we can have something really special. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think the community is what makes everything so great. Because when I first started this out, and I was streaming, I wasn't by myself, but there wasn't a lot of people putting out a lot of. I didn't know you were putting out content.
I'm a monster with the produced content. Yeah. I do a ton.
You guys have been doing that for a long time, and that
5
stuff
years
has been around. But as far as live gameplay and talking about the games as you're playing them, and people are talking to you and answering questions. When I was starting it out, I was like, man, I really love doing it, but I just wish that more people were doing it. Now there's a whole bunch of people doing it. So it's that, and I think that's what's
it's really
the best
grown.
thing about it is now, I think Retro Tech was putting together, he made a calendar the other day. It's now almost every day, if you want to watch something about AtGames Pinball, you can watch a show.
Absolutely. And we have a ton of streamers now that are streaming live, and I'm loving it. It's great. Let's say hello to some people in the chat. Welcome to the show. Jabba's Game Hut, Biggie D. Jabba's a real killer too. He plays a lot on Steam Pinball and on Zaccaria Pinball and Magic Pixel. He's all in those leaderboards, man. We have the Be Me. Welcome to the show, Mad Ben Hand, the legend, Mad Ben. I just watched him streaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he doesn't say much, but he doesn't have to because it's a skill. When you really know how to play pinball,
do the talking.
Yeah, you can if you play enough, you can kind of just watch and see the skill and the strategies and stuff. Yeah. I do agree. Now we have something great to watch on Mondays. I do love your show, but you guys have really brought a lot to the community. I think it's really great, and I hope the AtGames community continues to grow. And with that, we're just going to jump into our actual topics for the show. And our first topic, once again, I'm going to start from now on. The show's going to start with the games because that's what the show's about, the leaderboards and the games. But the first topic is Legends Pinball HDP. And we're going to add this to the stage. Not that. This, let's see if I can get us back on the screen. How do I do that? No. There we go. That looks good.
How about that?
Okay. We finally got it. Okay, so I just wanted to get your takes on this. AtGames, this is a leaked owner's guide for a new pinball machine that apparently AtGames has brewing in the back of the kitchen. On the back burner, they have this machine brewing up. So what do y'all think about a lower priced 4KP type machine? Who wants to go first?
I'll let ChalataLove go first. I kind of got to.
We'll let ChalataLove go first.
How I want to say this.
Okay, I'll give you some think time. We're going to start with ChalataLove.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about it. I think it's awesome for the community. I think it's maybe a little bit more of affordable price than the 4KP. Although we haven't seen any prices or anything like that on it. But
yeah, it's definitely a lower price
upgrade
point
to the current HD machine that they have now. I think it's a good thing for the community. I think it's a good thing for AtGames, and it's another option for somebody to get something like this in their house. I think it's great.
Okay, so
nice. Yeah, so I haven't really looked into like the specs of this, Brad.
Well,
so
let's just talk about it then, because this is the actual whole leaked piece of content. I have the entire thing. So let's just break it down. Okay, this is the first page. Legends, Pinball, HDP. This is the owner's guide. First off, the art is just a placeholder. Like, this is not going to be the actual art. This is just art because they have to get something approved. So like someone said that's the Data East Backglass. This art is just so that they have something to get approved.
This is kind of the same thing that they did with the Star Trek
work in progress.
Star Trek one.
Yeah,
the first time when we first saw the Star Trek one, it was a completely different art, completely different everything, and it completely changed. So this is not something that you should expect it to look like. It's just something that they needed to file with the government so that they can get their, I think, FCC something another.
Get things in motion. Yeah. Because like when I saw it, I was like, man, this looks like a Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles coloring book. I was like, man, what is this? This is not pinball art. But I will say it's to their credit. Like all the designs they have done, I've really liked. Like I still love my Addams Family and the Attack from Mars. I think they do a good job with the art in general. So, that's not a deal breaker. Okay. So, benefits of ownership. Cowabunga introducing the ultimate visual pinball machine for heroes in a half shell, an affordable quote, premium setup in a high def play field, triple screen action. So the HD did not have a DMD box. So this has a 3 screens, right? Radical new user interface, which is what we're all used to probably. The CE user interface. It's like what they're using on the new AtGames Legends Ultimate. Let's see. You're cleared for entry. Dive into immersive digital pinball action on a radical triple screen setup and at an entry level price that keeps your pizza budget intact, shell-shocking visuals and nonstop flipping fun. Kick things off turtle style. The machine comes loaded with tubular Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles inspired table. The table will be made by Magic Pixel. So that's who's going to design the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles table. And lately, like I feel like Magic Pixel's just put out a couple of really good banger tables. But then again, I know I don't want to open the can of worms, but then again, I mean, the Killer Instinct. I mean, all I got to say is that was not how to handle that IP. So I'm just saying, if it was me, I would keep the animations out of the pinball. They're not good at that. Just make something with good art. What do you think, ChalataLove, of Magic Pixel doing the table for this? They're hit and miss, right? I mean, it's hard to say. It's like they're so hit and miss, right? We're going to let TomatoGrass go last because he's going to go to center post.
That was funny.
I'm praying that TomatoGrass goes on a center post rant. But they've been kind of hit and miss. I mean, for me. I mean, I've thoroughly enjoyed the Firefighter game they just put out.
I've enjoyed the last 2 releases that they've had come out, So, I haven't seen anything on this table. I don't know anything about what this table is going to look like or any of that other stuff. But if they're going in the same direction that they're going in right now, especially after this last release, these last 2, they're doing great. I think
doing great. I mean, even going back to the soccer,
what we've gotten before to
going
what
back
we're
to
getting right
Soccer
now,
Kings, even the Soccer
I
Kings
like the
game.
direction they're going in.
Even the Soccer Kings game to me was a huge improvement over a lot of their tables. Because to me, like the secret of a good Magic Pixel table is keep the middle of the play field open and don't have a bunch of things obstructing the ball, making it bounce around a lot. A more open play field like we have on Sea of Thieves. I know that that's not TomatoGrass's favorite, but I love that table. But I think when they keep the play fields open, they do better. So we're looking at Magic Pixel designing the table for this. Would you like to say a few words about that, TomatoGrass?
Yeah, can you bring that slide back up? Can
Mm-hmm.
you go back to the one? I'm just kind of looking to make sure.
There's
Okay,
the
yeah,
table. I'm sorry.
there's
Look, let's
that.
put it right there. There's the
Yeah,
Magic
there's a
Pixel table.
I saw
Okay.
the picture of the table.
It looks like an open play field with a sunken play field
Right.
underneath it. That might not
Yeah.
be bad.
That's not even what I'm looking for. Go to the next page. Okay. See, because the one thing that I think would be a really big mistake if they were gonna do if that they could make is a date. Okay. I think it's almost best for if they're gonna do this and Magic Pixel is gonna make the table. Don't have people marking a date on their calendars that hey,
Oh yeah,
it's coming
yeah,
out this day.
No.
Right?
Just say in the future. Like, don't give us a calendar for the pinball.
And as far as Magic Pixel making it, we have differing opinions on that rare pack. I mean, I don't like how long it took. That was why I'm looking. I'm like,
well, my opinion. You know, my opinion. Yeah. I hate it. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. Except for Sea of Thieves, I hate it. But that's just because I don't think they appreciated the IP. I don't think it tied to the IP at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like so now. It's funny that they're doing this Ninja Turtles because it's like they had Battletoads, which is like the affordable Ninja Turtles in my opinion. But so I don't know. But hey, you know, look if they can do it right, and like you said, if they can don't do some weird artwork, I think that they are
keep
not
it
artwork,
simple
animations.
too. Like don't do animations because they're terrible at animations.
Yeah,
the skeleton works on Sea of Thieves because he's undead, so he should move mechanically. But like, don't do like they're not going to be able to do stuff like Jurassic Park. When you look at a Zen table with a lot of like fluid animation, that's not what I feel like Magic Pixel's strong at. That's not their strength.
Yeah, I almost got like this weird vibe that like they were like in this in between making it like totally all animated characters, but then also still trying to do like toys on a real pinball table where they are kind of stiff. Like they were in this weird territory where it's just like, don't do that. Like, if anything, just don't have any. Just don't have anything.
Just make it.
They don't need to mess with the animations at all. They just need
animations.
The only thing that they don't. The only thing they really need to do is not put a ramp that goes into the freaking slingshots. They need to stay away from that.
They don't need to do that anymore. Bounce around like crazy. They need to stay away from.
Well, what would be really nice? Because honestly, that firefighter game was almost, I thought, perfect. The only thing that detracted from
it has a center post. It has a center post.
The center post is actually fine on that table. I was
fine with the center post on that one.
But
but
they had that one mechanic where you hit it around the orbit and the ball stops, which completely ruins the flow of the game. Like that's just I'm just waiting on a Magic Pixel game where it's like like I feel like that Jurassic Park table is one of the best examples of like what Zen Studios has done, where it's like you feel like you can just hit a shot and then hit a shot and then hit a shot and like it really flows. And when they put it in something like that where it stopped, it totally ruined the flow. And then like what ChalataLove said, where it hits the slingshot, like that's like now it's just completely unpredictable.
Yeah, they could even just turn it off during the multi-ball. Turn that lock thing off when it stops it up at the top. Turn it off during the multi-ball. That would make it so much easier. But it just clogs everything up. It stops play. It's not good for flow.
It's always hard to tell because you never know till you play a pinball what it's going to actually play like. But the more open play field for me, it makes me hopeful that this will be fun. And that's the thing. Like the table has to be fun. It needs to be approachable. Because
looking at that picture too, it also looks like it's got a lower play field as well. There's like
it's got a lower deck play field. So I mean they're keeping the center nice and open, so you get those long loops and those long shots to the ramps, which are satisfying for this brand's pinball. I do have a strong opinion on this. Now I've not said anything publicly yet about this table, so let me get my opinion going on this. First of all, I personally think this is a very smart move on behalf of AtGames because I feel like the number one thing AtGames needs to do is they need to grow their user base because I don't feel they're getting enough participation and they need a lot more people playing. And, one of the biggest hurdles for the 4KP was the price point. And I every time you mention the 4KP, people say, "Oh, well, it's it's over $1,000. It's too expensive." And I feel like the HD not having the Zen still made people not want to get the HD pinball. So the fact that this will have the same chipset as the 4KP, but it won't have the high resolution screen, which they can't even use anyway. Let's be honest. Zen pinball tables are not in 4K, right? So they can't even utilize the 4K screen as it is. But, the 1080p screen, I think this is a good call because I think that with a lower resolution, they should be able to get the gameplay nice and smooth. What do you got? They might even have an advantage against us 4KP players because they're going to be running a lower resolution, which should theoretically that should lead to a faster frame rate.
Theoretically, yeah, I could see that. That's why I'm actually interested to see what if it does perform better. Like
I'm a competitor. I mean, I want one already. Like if they're making one, I'm getting one no matter what. I can tell you, I'm going to definitely get one of these. Whether I get it for review or I have to buy it, I'm going to get one because I love AtGames pinball. I've bought every machine they've made as far as the HD and the 4KP. I think this hopefully will bring new people into AtGames. And I think the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, now this is not my jam. I'm an 80s guy. Like I play all 80s arcades. I love 80s pinball machines that are hard as heck. Harder the better. This is not really my jam, but it's a lot of people grew up in the 90s, the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. This is a whole demographic that is huge. I mean, what do you guys think about the IP? And
it's definitely a great IP. Like I'm surprised.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm surprised that this is the first one that they're going to do. You almost would have thought like if they were going to make this HD, because I mean, the original HD didn't have any. It was kind of just like a hodgepodge of everything. So like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's really cool that they got this, but now like if this is their first one and they're going to try to do this whole new line of products with that IP, like you're kind of swinging for the fences. You know what I mean? Like
that is a huge IP. Yeah. Now, like I said, but you do have to still respect it. Like they had Killer Instinct, and they kind of blew it, in my opinion, on that. But we're going to talk about this in a bit.
I think this IP is way bigger than Killer Instinct, man.
I think so. Yeah, it's definitely. Like I mean, I have kids in my class. 7-year-olds coming with Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle stuff still. And probably this is generations of people that like this IP, right? This is a huge IP. And I think from that standpoint, as long as the table is fun and it's good, that's a great thing, read this from Sacro. The user base is not going to grow until the software is finally solid. HD users have been getting the UUID error since last week. Scores aren't being submitted. We're going to specifically talk about Flipper Friends. I have a whole section on that. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But this is just going to be talking about the new pinball machine from AtGames coming out. I would like to see this. I mean, I don't know. But with the rates on importing stuff from China, it's like it might be a great thing. But is this the wrong time to put this out, I mean, can they get this sub 1,000? Can they get this machine out the door under $1,000? That's what I'm worrying about. What do you think, guys?
I mean, that's one of those things you really don't know right now, man. I mean, you just don't know. You don't know what to entail or what to look for, and we also got to keep in mind that this right here is a rough draft.
It's a very rough draft.
This is they're
not ready for prime time. This is just what they're thinking.
I would not take this at face value right now. This right now is just something that they had to file with the governments in order for them to get the licenses they needed for the FCC,
right?
So we can go through this and pick at it as much as we want. But we really don't know if this is 100% or not. This is just a rough draft, guys. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, it's a rough draft, but it wasn't confirmed nor denied because I did ask about it. It was not confirmed nor denied, but there's
that's pretty much how I'm going to take it. Then
there's pretty much there is a good chance that this might be where they're going. But there's no way to tell. But I'm going to show you something. At the last slide, if you look at the date, it's 2025.
Oh
Go to the
no.
last slide. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's actually dated where it's real current on the date. So I think this is probably likely that this is coming, you know, and I think there's a few things that I'm concerned about. You know, my biggest concern is that all of our tables, like people that get one of these, if you do have an AtGames, all your tables should work, right? I don't think they should make people rebuy the tables. You know, Biggie D feels like the cost will be $8.99. Yeah, I'm thinking more closer to 1,000, but we don't know yet.
It's just going to be really tricky. Like I just think it's going to be tricky. I hope for the best. Like, you know, and that's why, like, my opinion, like, I'm not really one way or the other. I'm just like, well, I'm going to watch and see what happens. I just think that it's going to be really tricky for them though, because you kind of got to balance. Okay, you're trying to make it cheaper, obviously, but then if you make it cheaper, then people are going to say, well, what am I not getting? And then they're going to say, well, so now I'm not getting this. So you're saying that what I'm not getting is worth this much, but these people over here spent this. Like it's you know, like I just feel like there's going to be a lot of discussions about money when they do this. That, you know, because people love to dig into that stuff.
They do love to dig into it.
And to know that nobody's fault, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like it's going to be difficult to navigate. But I think if they can just make it well and make it to where people are going to buy it and people are happy with what they paid for, then what's wrong with that?
Yeah, I'll 100% get one of these if they make it. You know, I have had all the AtGames pinball. I've had the HD, I've had the 4K, and then I would have this. So I would be able to compare them, all three of them.
I hope it's legit. I think it would be great for the community, man. But
you know,
I'm taking this as just at face value, man. I'm not reading into this. I'm not going to sit in there and try to pull it apart.
Armchair quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no reason to do that until we get something hard and confirmation from AtGames. I'm not going to speculate at all.
That being said, like for me, like and you know, as expensive as the 4KP is, like I would actually even be more interested in even more expensive one with even with that could actually run Zen at 4K. You know, but you know, I feel like this is where they need to go though, because to survive, they need more. They need to increase the user base to make it worthwhile for Zen to bring tables to AtGames Pinball. So I feel like this is probably the smartest move, even though I personally would want something even higher. I love everything about I like the bigger back. I like the big backglass. I like that the screen can do 4K when I do OTG. There's a lot I like, but I feel like this is more. He has the potential to bring a lot more people into the fold. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll find out about ChalataLove. They'll find out about TomatoGrass. You know, TomatoGrass will be rolling over the score on this Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. He'll be flipping the score over, you know?
Yeah,
and
right.
Mad Ben Hand, you know, you guys will make these tables sing. But this would be a way for AtGames to possibly grow in the future. And, you know, that being said, you know, it's still AtGames, you know, there's still a lot of bugs, right? I mean, we have tables that will never be fixed, like the Gottlieb tables. So it's still an AtGames pinball. At the end of the day, it's still the AtGames ecosystem you're on, you know? But one thing I noticed with the packs, did you notice that they split Sea of Thieves out of the rare pack? So you'll be able to buy Sea of Thieves by itself. That's why I was saying there's a lot to be excited about. Look, Sea of Thieves is by itself. So you don't have to pay for the whole pack to get Sea of Thieves. I'm a fan of that. They just make it where you can buy whatever tables you want individually.
Yeah, Papa Brad, that could be just made up too, man. I mean, this is not real. So I mean, we don't know. They're not confirming it. So this could be just somebody's project.
Yeah. It could be a Photoshop, but I really doubt it with all the stuff that's being shown. This is a look at the basic design. By the way, the home and the AtGames button, I did put out a video on how to repair those. Those break all the time.
Oh yeah. And
I put out a great video where I show you exactly which switch you need to get and actually show you putting it in the machine. And that's like something I've had to do. I've had to learn how to do that because I play all the time. I mean, you guys play all the time too. I've seen TomatoGrass replace a button on stream.
with the drill.
Let's be honest, we're the players. We're the people that are logging on. We're playing almost every day or every day, and we're getting these big scores, and we're putting in hours playing. So these switches wear out on these start and AtGames button. But now with the video, you can go to Marco Pinball, which is a real pinball company, order you a little baggie of 10 of them, and you're set for a long time. It's not that bad when I show you how to do it. So, and that's a very specialized video. It's already got hundreds of views on it because obviously it happens a lot, right?
Yeah, and I would recommend people, just because that's one thing. It's like, maybe it might not be broken, but get yourself familiar with like taking that arcade panel off because there's not that many parts in there.
That's not
right?
that hard.
It's
just
not
a couple
that
of screws. You pull off.
You got
the bar.
wires, micro switches, screws.
It's nothing, man. There's nothing to it.
Buttons.
Oh yeah.
Nothing to it.
But get yourself familiar because like you said, like I was on stream and the button went out. Now if I had never done it, like you could be out of commission and then you
me too, like the coin door, it doesn't matter. The coin door doesn't look right anyway. It doesn't look like a real pinball coin. It looks like, I don't know, it's like a mini me. It's like a baby coin door. It doesn't even look real anyway. So like losing that is a nothing. It's a nothing burger, right? Like I don't miss that because it doesn't even look like, it doesn't look real. The builder's plate, another thing. It's just kind of the numbers are randomized. So like, I don't think the builder's plate matters that much. The things they took off were smart to me.
You just remember to turn off your machine, and if you can, unplug it so you don't like fry yourself and take out like anything, any of the boards or anything like that. Make sure you turn it off. Make sure you kind of ground yourself and before you kind of dive in there, because if you zap something in there.
Yes, especially if you're doing something where you're going inside of it, like if you're just replacing a button,
reaching your hand down in there, you're not grounded. You can zap something.
The boards. This probably you will be able to put the SSF kit in.
That's cool.
And so it's kind of a middle ground in between like the 4KP. I think this is the replacement for the HD. I hate to say it that way, but
I would say it's more of an upgrade to the HD.
Well, why would they continue to make the HD if they can make this model with the better board and the better features?
That's what I'm saying.
Why even run another batch of HD pinball?
That's a good question.
Games, why do I run another batch of HD pinballs when I can do this one and actually sell Zen tables and grow
that's what I want. That's what I was kind of almost going to ask. Like, not that it's a problem. Like, they don't need to worry about it right now. Miko, you got to stop, okay? But who are like? Is this more focused for people that don't have anything and to get into this, or is it more for people that have an HD that want to play the Zen games and they because Ben brought up a point. So let's say you have an HD. If would you have to rebuy all the tables because this has a whole new little like logo, right? It's CEHD. It's running
their ecosystem. I can't imagine they're going to make you rebuy all the tables. Like if they did that,
nobody thought that on 4K either.
Yeah, I would not assume that. I would assume that you're going to end up having to pay for those tables, just like you would if you would go to FX on PS5 or anywhere else. If you want those tables there, you're going to have to pay for them.
Wait,
I see there's silver.
Bring up this. Yeah, does that? Yeah, does you see how there's that logo?
Yeah.
There's
a different logo. It's a silver logo instead of
it's a different color. I mean, we got what? We got the gold, we got the silver here, and what's the I guess the regular color of, was it red or?
I'd have to go look online, but it's not silver. I know it's not silver. I think they're red, and I can't remember.
I think they're red and gold.
Red and gold. That's it. Yeah.
So and this is silver. So this is the middle ground for it. So maybe they're looking for a middle tier table.
Pinball Wizard 2023 with not only a replacement for the HD, but I think they'll be doing another run of 4KP. They'll be doing. I also don't think they'll be doing another run of the 4KP until there's enough demand. Some skins have been out of stock for months. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think this might be the next thing they want to release is why. I think they're trying to get this out the door. I mean, we know they canceled the Killer Instinct arcade they were going to make. So is this their next big project that they're working on? Hard to say. I mean, I would imagine so.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to wait for confirmation from them.
Yeah, we see it has the UI of the current system,
That's cool.
Which works good. I mean, I know you guys like the little icons. I actually like using the little wheel thing and then the quick menu, where you do the alphabet, which I think is really, I like that format. I think it works good. But you have choices, you know. They are probably going to charge you for OTG and for advanced features because it's a CE platform, which is the same as the current ALU that they have at Sam's. So that will not. I mean, to me, that's ridiculous. I really think that they should just make it those things free, in my opinion. But I don't run AtGames, but I think those should be free because it's only going to help grow the. We still don't have VPX for public. Everyone just can get it. It's still behind a gate. I mean, it's not for the public. The VPX. I know you play it, ChalataLove, but unless you're on the inside track, there's no soup for you, brother. I mean, that's the problem with this stuff. They have it where it's like, AtGames is they've kind of hindered themselves by not keeping things free and open.
Yeah, I think AtGames.
Welcome to the show.
Most of the time, a lot of times, when they release something, excuse me, when they release something, they, a lot of times with, I guess, the new orders or whichever, the first orders that come out, they give them specials, they give them things. So
welcome to the show.
Maybe they'll add OTG and all that other stuff into the people that get it right off the bat or right off the at first.
Well, here's the thing. Here's
kind of how they did with the 4KP, but who knows, man? There's no telling what
yeah, I know you can't go back and reverse history and all that, but I mean, in my opinion, if they would have kept OTG free, it would have been more likely that, because the VPX thing, it has to be free because you have all these licensed tables.
Yeah.
The minute you charge for anything, it becomes a problem because then it's no longer a fan project. It's for money.
Right.
And I think what the people resent that designed the VPX for the AtGames is that AtGames is charging for that feature. They feel like by putting it behind a paywheel, they're kind of making money off of their work.
I can see that.
And I feel like they just literally are shooting themselves in the foot because if you could buy, most of us are still going to buy the pinball tables that love pinball. We're going to buy the tables, but to get more people into the ecosystem, I mean, emulation is a good thing. It's like people love that, What do you guys think about that? I know this is a touchy subject.
That's why, I've said my piece on this a couple times.
What do you think about this stuff, TomatoGrass?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Yeah, good. Like I said, I've said my piece on this a couple of times, really. But I do agree with you now for the most part. I don't think that this is something they should be charging for. Originally, I was like, there is no other way to make it cheaper. So they tried doing this, and they tried.
Now they're doing this to make it cheaper. See, this is the option plan B.
And that's why I'm saying that's why I'm agreeing with you kind of now is that now that there is going to be this other option, there's no more justification to like, oh, we're trying to make it cheaper. Like, because if you're going to get it cheaper, you got to buy the cheaper one. But because the only justification I could have seen when they originally got rid of it, besides the fact that they're trying to make it cheaper, is that they do still have to support the ability to do this third-party launcher stuff because they do a firmware update and it breaks and everybody's like, you got to go in there and fix it right now. Well, that takes some resources for them to do that. But now that they have this cheaper option, I just think that that's just part of their deal now. That they if they're going to make a system that can do that, they just have to do it. And if you don't want to pay for it, then sorry.
And if they continue doing this type of thing, like they took their HD, they released the 4KP. They're now going to release possibly a upgraded version of the HD version of the table. I guarantee you they're going to do a release of the 4K, an upgraded version of the 4K, if that does well as too. So
what's a Mad Man Ham was saying? 4KP Pro. That's what I'm saying. I would 100% be down for that
exactly,
too, because I love the machine. I play it every day.
I will tell you guys that not to rain on their parade, and no reason for them to not do it. But there are some people, definitely me. I have zero interest in buying and spending that kind of money.
Yeah,
Like the fact that the normal 4KP is already a certain amount. If I'm gonna start spending up to that level, I'm probably gonna be looking at getting into a real pinball machine. Because now you're gonna really start or
But a real pinball machine just plays one game.
Yeah, I would say
it doesn't have it doesn't have online leaderboards. Really,
I look at a full size.
I already have this
size V pin.
I already have this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the point. It's like I would see no need to upgrade what I have. Now, if I was just getting into it, that'd be one thing. But I
feel the cheaper route option. We have some comments in the chat. The cheaper route option is the easy path. To do even a higher end one is going to even be less people playing and buying. So I think the cheaper model is the smart choice. Even though I would love a higher end one, even breaking the $1,000 mark was a bit. The 4KP was the most expensive product AtGames has ever made, by far. It was a whole different level of price. But I think just I wanted to get your gut feelings on it because you guys are players. I mean, you guys play these pinballs about as much as anybody. So, I think the pluses would really be increasing the audience and the reach of people playing.
I definitely love to check it out. I definitely love to play it and see how it plays.
So and here's one thing that I do want that I was actually.
What if people have an advantage? Like I said, because of the lower resolution will be a higher frame rate.
Wouldn't be any different than VR, buddy.
But it wouldn't matter because you guys are so good. It wouldn't matter anyway. But it's just I'm just pointing that out. That generally with virtual pinball, lower resolution gets higher frame rate.
Here's a question before we move on. A question that I do want to ask you guys too, because Ben talks about how if they did release a 4K Pro, right? He says that he would just sell his old machine and get the new one. How much luck are people I don't know. I'm asking.
No problem.
How much? No problem selling. No, I'm saying how. What is the market for these secondhand? Are people actually buying these used for good prices?
All I can tell you is I did not sell. I had 3 AtGames Legends Ultimates. Fully loaded with games on them. And I sold one. It only took me about in under a week. I sold it and I did pretty good. So I feel like if you list it right, just like making a YouTube video, if you list it right, if you title it right, if you have the right price and you know what you have, there's no problem to sell AtGames stuff. I'm sure I could sell any AtGames thing on Facebook Marketplace.
And I'll make a little comment on that as well. TomatoGrass, the question that you asked. There was I saw a post, I think it was on Facebook, that somebody in Canada was looking for a 4KP, used 4KP, because they didn't want to go through the main manufacturer, which is the Brick here in Canada, to purchase the table. And there isn't one in Canada at all, not a used one.
Right.
You could not find one at all. So I don't know if that says anything at all here, but I know there are a few in the United States, but there aren't any in the marketplace for.
Actually, yeah, I'm just saying. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I'm just interested because
sorry, let me get you off screen. Chalata may make you uncomfortable. But yeah, I feel like selling AtGames stuff is no problem. It was no problem to sell my arcade 1-ups. When I liquidated my arcade 1-ups, I had 9 of them mugs. I mean, I had a full arcade room full of them, and it was no problem to sell them. I think as long as you know how to list stuff on Marketplace, it's not that hard. I mean, if you list it well, it will sell. If you don't know how to do that, you might have it for a while. And also, I look at it like this: I got my enjoyment out of it. I'm not looking to make the full price back. I just want to get some money back. Right. I don't tend to gouge people when I sell my stuff used.
I think
it's funny.
So used.
Going back to that, the funniest thing, what the fastest selling arcade thing I ever sold was my arcade 1-up Pac-Man that I had modded with SamWa joysticks and light up buttons. I sold that in under a day, and the guy drove for 3 hours to get it. And it was just an arcade one, but I had done mods to it, but he was just thrilled to have it, And so I think, if you build it, they will come. Ray says, and you know,
Yeah, I could see that. I was just wondering because I know
Yeah.
that, like, you know, if somebody is going to buy this, you know, this ain't something you're shipping. So, you know, like how,
Yeah, and
like,
the thing is,
you know, I live in Alabama, so it's, but I mean, I live close to Nashville and everything, so it's like I'm sure there would probably be somebody within its distance, but you know, they're going to have to come and get it. Like, you know, I'm not, you're not delivering it.
you know, and the thing
But I
is,
mean,
you know,
that has nothing to do with AtGames. That's just my ignorance of the used arcade market.
Yeah, I think AtGames does watch all these streams, and you could tell from some of the things they do. You know, as far as in certain things they do, I think they are watching the community and kind of just have an ear, even though they don't take a public stance of having people present. I feel like they are watching what's going on, you know, to a certain extent.
Well, I would hope so. You know, I
Yeah.
would hope that a company that produces what they produce would listen to their customer base.
You know, so anyway, I feel like we covered. Do you guys feel like we covered this pretty well? I mean, I showed you everything I got. This is everything I got, and I did reach out to PK himself and asked him, but there's no direct comment from AtGames.
I don't think it's a bad idea at all, and I think
I think it's a good idea for building.
I don't really have that much. I just have a lot of questions, but I don't have anything bad to say. I don't think that it's like, because I know that there's some people that might be like, well, why are they doing this when they should be doing it? No, I don't think that at all. I think this is good.
Here's the thing, you know, in my opinion, opinions are fine too. You know, you don't have to like everything I like. You know, you can have a different opinion. It's not going to faze me.
That's right.
You know, I think everyone's entitled to their opinion. You know, I mean, TomatoGrass could sign it and double the price just for the Backglass scores.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, like if I do want to sell it, I could just get a Sharpie and just like sign by the nameplate there, and you know, that's got to probably put another $5 on it, right?
At least $5, dude. Come on.
Definitely. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears, everyone. Time to switch gears. We're switching gears. Let's get rid of this. Boom, that's gone. This is new. Hello, gamers. Papa Brad here. And if you love classic, no-nonsense pinball that still packs a punch, Zen Studios Williams Pinball Pack 9 lives up to the hype of being one of the best. Okay, shut up, Papa Brad. We got the Wizards here. I'm just gonna let this play in the background, just real soft. We got the Wizards here to talk about the Williams Pinball Pack.
Look at that 3 table at a time view, man. Wouldn't it be cool if somebody did a show where they like did that live? That would be awesome. Somebody should do that.
Would be awesome. That would be amazing.
Mean, you know, Papa Brad's warped mind, you know, comes up with the 3 screens at once.
It's so innovative, man.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if there was a show that actually did a 3 screen at once,
live?
I
know. That's just funny.
Anyway, yeah. Shout out to you, TomatoGrass. But I am showing you know, and I'm just kind of surprised. Like, I'll give my take with that. Like, I would recommend just watching my video where I really dive deep into it and give you my exact opinions. But I'm gonna let it play so we can see how beautiful these tables are. But to me, this was a love letter to 80s pinball. And the Williams 80s games were hard as heck. Like, I think some people didn't realize how hard Pinbot and Taxi were going to be, but that's the way the real tables are. Mm-hmm. They're challenging, hard tables with brutal outlanes. But the thing is, they're also rewarding because as you play these and get better, I mean, they just give and give. I mean, these are high strategy, high challenge games. And I'm just going to say it, like, I love this pack. I struggled with the AtGames giving it a perfect score because they altered the art. And I'm going to talk about that very specifically about what they did and why I'm not a fan of it. But as a gameplay experience for 80s pinball with the 2 80s games, Pinbot and Taxi, I feel like they captured the feel of the tables pretty well. Now, what do you think about these, ChalataLove? I know TomatoGrass, you've not put a ton of time in, but you're going to do a whole stream coming up on Monday, right?
Yeah, you know I'm going to be playing these a lot this weekend. But as far as getting that first impression, I didn't get a lot of time to play. But I did fire up every game, but I haven't. I'm not on that Backglass yet, but I'm coming.
There is a huge difference between 80s and 90s pinball. You know, 80s pinball is generally a lot harder, you know. The 90s pinballs when we got the DMDs, and this is a 3-pack where you get a little bit of everything. You get 2 80s tables and a 90s table, which I think is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Let me pull this up. I had it written down so I wouldn't forget. But the actual dates that the pinball machines were made, Pinbot was made in 1986. Taxi followed it up in 1988. And Who Dunnit is a whole different time period. It's 1995.
Yeah.
So I feel like just the mix of tables for me as a fan of pinball, I love the mix that they went with this. And I just have a lot of nostalgia for these specific tables. And I know not everyone's going to feel that way, but I grew up in the 80s arcade, you know, and these are 80s bangers for pinball. This was what was out, you know. So what do you think, ChalataLove? I know you've put some time on these. What do you think?
I really enjoy this pack. I recommend this pack highly.
I gave it my highest recommendation for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a must buy for $15. This pack is a steal.
Must buy. I gave it a 9.8 still, and here's why. Because I feel like, and this video is great. You need to watch it. It has a lot of history about the games. It tells you all about a lot of the things with the games, but this has something for everyone. I feel like some people, you can like Who Dunnit and just buy the whole pack based on that. It's a great 90s hidden gem pinball table. A lot of people have never even played Who Dunnit, and it's fantastic. And then the people that like the older tables, you're getting 2 older Williams tables, which are challenging, you know. But I feel like they knocked this out of the park, you know, in my opinion. And I hear people giving a lot of hate on the difficulty of the tables, like the difficulty of the table, but that was the way it was. Here, let's listen to this real quick. Drop target advances planets. Reach flashing planet for special. Reach a sun to light special. Hitting flashing light bar or completing all lights on chest panel opens visor for multi-ball. Lighting chest panel second time lights extra ball. Ramp shot advances bonus X and increases solar value. During multi-ball, locking one ball and then shooting up the ramp scores solar value. Jet bumpers increase every value. Each plunder shot advances vortex value. This is a fantastic recreation table. I can't recommend it enough. This gets my top recommendation. There's a bunch of shots of the real, some real Pinbot love there of the different Pinbot tables. There. And there's the real Pinbot machine. OTG being played, Bride of Pinbot. But I feel like they knocked this out of the park, you know, for what it is. You might not like 80s pinball, Williams 80s pinball, because it's hard. But, you know, these are the tables that, like, this would be the kind of table I would like to see Wizards play, because this table is going to push you to really have skill and it's going to challenge you. This is a table that I think is for everyone, though. The Who Dunnit table. What's this music? This one is a board game meets murder mystery table. It leans into storytelling and modes. You're not just racking up points, you're interrogating suspects, triggering scenes, and chasing multi-step objectives. It's got that mission structure. It looks beautiful to me. I don't know. I mean, this table to me was great. This table was a superstar. I don't like, you know what I don't like? I don't like that they don't allow us to stretch these DMDs.
Yeah, Brad, you know, I've never
drives me crazy.
I've never really had that much of a problem with it because
you're not as old as I am. I'm older than you, TomatoGrass. My old eyes.
I don't. Like if the DMD was bigger, you know, I grew up in the era where you watched a movie, a widescreen movie, and it had the black bars on there.
Yeah,
I honestly,
wish they would allow us to stretch it.
It doesn't bother me.
I think it would be good for them to allow you to do it.
Why not allow it?
I still wouldn't.
I would totally
because like I can only imagine how that would look like really. But the thing is that like it would look weird at first, but maybe it would grow on you. I don't know. They should allow you to. But
it'd be nice if they were colored.
Option, you know?
It'd be nice if they were in color.
Interrogating suspects. Yeah, color DMDs. Like when you go to a real
some of these games, like in real life, with a color DMD, completely
awesome, man.
out of the water.
Yeah.
All these pinball tables, they mod them, and all these tables they make the color DMDs. But the stretching for me is an eyesight thing too. You know, the DMD screen is only so big, so I need it bigger so I can read it easier as a player. It actually is it's a playability issue, because if it was bigger, sometimes. Man, I was playing that Jules Verne's Island table.
That's hard, man.
I could barely tell.
At the bottom.
Everything was so small. I mean, you can't stop playing and move up to the DMD.
Well, that DMD is meant to be like, on these modern like a
that
modern
should be on the back box.
like a freaking.
I
like
swear
it's the
that
size
needs
of
to be on the back box where you can actually see what the heck is going on. I feel like that was a miss. It just hit me. When we played it,
how awesome! Like we have these 4K Ps, right? And they have this big, beautiful display on the back box that's never used for anything. How cool would it have been for that one pack if they were just like, hey, AtGames, could you just like flip, like put the back box on the DMD and the DMD on the back box, however you want to do the ratio, the video, the aspect ratios. Worry about that. But for this one pack, do that, because you got this one DMD that's really complicated, dude. That would be a total selling point for that. I would be like, dude, I want to see that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
But like, dude, like I feel like that's one of the things with the 4KP. It's like, why are they not doing anything? It's a beautiful display. It's probably nicer than some people's. Like, it's nicer than my TV that I had in college.
The Backglass is completely on there. The Backglass is completely underutilized on these on all their pinball table. In my opinion, like if you've seen like some of the things that can be done, I feel like the Backglass is way underutilized.
I agree. And that's one of the cool things on VPX. Some of the tables you actually have the Backglass really working well with pup packs and stuff. So that's a fun alternative on the VPX.
Welcome to Stream Steps Gaming. Just did a great stream tonight. I just watched a stream earlier. And one thing you notice with I do a lot of different camera shots. I do a lot of different setups. I show it in real world. I show it in action. But I love the slot machine element. This game allows you to gamble. It's a lot of love. Do you bet it all on black or red? Every time I play, I end up losing all my money. I'm a compulsive gambler. Every time, my best game ever played, I lost all my money when I gambled on the slot machine. So it's tough to walk by that slot machine. But by the same token, there's massive points you can get, right? So the greed factor's there. You got to be greedy. You want it's like, do you go for it, red or black, or do you say no?
That's the thing.
You're saying say no, ChalataLove, aren't you?
Nah, you know what, man? It depends on how I'm playing the table. If I'm playing for points, and if it's less than 500,000, I'm not betting it. I'm not gonna bet it. I'm gonna hold on to my points.
But anyway,
see, I'm a big poker player, so like when I get that, it's like, let's go, baby. But then I always get that. I get the gambler's fallacy. It's like, well, I've won 2 in a row. There ain't no way I'm winning this next one, even though that's not how that works. But maybe that is how they coded it on this game. I don't know. I bet you the guy who coded it probably they're like, yeah, we're gonna get you.
Hey guys,
that's just me.
Check out this part I captured. This part's great. Watch this DMD animation. This is why we need a full color DMD. Okay, you ready? Watch this. It's a Dunnit pinball machine were produced. That was crazy.
That's so cool how at the beginning of every game they got like I think the DMD and
like 20 different outcomes. 20 different outcomes with the murders.
Storytelling on this table is next level. It's really good. Even though it is still simple. Like you're not going to get lost going like, what in the world is going on? It's pretty simple. But
Tony always did it. Nice. It's always freaking Tony. Tony every time does it. Tony's always a bad guy.
Tell me some more about Trixie. And it's like, okay, all right. Well, I hear about Trixie every game. It seems like Trixie's a serial killer, my friend.
And
like,
the bad thing,
issues.
The bad thing is, back in the day, it was such an underrated table, man. It was such an underrated table. You didn't see a whole lot of them. You didn't see a whole bunch of people playing them or anything like that. It's a fun table.
I got a chance to play the real table too when I went to Houston Arcade Expo. That's the footage that's in my video. Is from when I played the real table.
That's cool.
Taxi. Once again, this is one of those Williams tables. This is a tough one. I mean, it is no joke. It has got some difficulty to it. What do you got? What do you think of this table, ChalataLove? Taxi. What do you think about it?
I like
Let it
this
play.
table. I like the flow of this table. It's a lot of fun. It's challenging. It's a challenging table. But
There's no Lola,
I'm
there's
still
no
kind
Marilyn on the
of
back
diving
glass.
in deeper into it and learning the rule
Check
set
this
of
out.
it and some of the things that you're supposed to do with it. So I think I'll be ready for Monday.
Taxi is pure art. Okay, so let's just cover this now. I was going to do a whole separate segment, but let's
I
talk
think I saw it there in just a split second. I'm like, wait a minute.
Let's get this over with. We got to break this down to Lola, okay? This here was the original Backglass, okay?
And that's the Backglass that's on the VPX version of the table.
This is the original, and then they asked for permission because since it looks so much like Marilyn Monroe, and that didn't go well. So then it was switched to not to that. Then they changed her hair color. They made her, changed her hair color, and they called her Lola. But here's some history you might not have known. And then we're going to go back, and this is the AtGames, which is missing. Gorby's not on it, and Lola's not on the Backglass. If we look, both Gorby and Lola are missing. That's why I couldn't give that high of a score. I couldn't give it a perfect because they changed the artwork. And they did not change it in Pinball Effects VR. Okay, it is not this way in Pinball Effects VR. So that means that AtGames must have said to change it, okay? And let me read this real quick so we know the history. Marilyn. Originally, the machine featured a passenger named Marilyn, a blonde character in a red dress bearing a resemblance to Marilyn Monroe. When Roger Sharp checked if permission from Marilyn Monroe's estate had been sought, Roger Richmond Agency was contacted to try to obtain permission. A high royalty rate was quoted, so Williams replaced Marilyn passenger with a new passenger named Lola to avoid legal problems with the Marilyn Monroe likeness. Lola appears identical to Marilyn with the exception of her hair. The Lola passenger was pictured as a brunette later with her red hair, where the Marilyn character was blonde. Most of the sample run of 200 games were shipped to Europe with Marilyn before the change was made. That's why I've seen these with the blonde hair. Mark Ritchie named his new character inspired by the 1970s Kink songs Lola about a transvestite, which fits with her muscular biceps on the Backglass.
Nice.
So I'm feeling this is why AtGames took it off as a transvestite.
Oh,
the voice of Marilyn. And why would you do that? Why would you change history? I don't understand this. This changing the Backglass to me was unacceptable. I mean, I don't understand why they would have changed it. The voice of Marilyn Lola is performed by Trudy Ritchie, which is the wife of Mark Ritchie. So the voice is the wife of one of the creators of the Pinball. There are 3 versions of the flyer, one showing and naming Marilyn, one showing Marilyn by not naming any character, and the third with modified artwork naming Lola. And I pulled this. Check this out. These are the 2 pinball flyers, and you can see that the names are different. If you look at it, it says the one taxi, Marilyn, Gorby, Sienna, Dracula, and operators everywhere are hailing. The one taxi, Lola, Gorby. See how they're different?
Yeah.
And but I feel like this was an unnecessary choice. It is 2025. I don't think we need to go back and change history. I mean, like, to me, I mean, I took some points off for that. I don't think that's cool. I mean, what do you guys think about this?
The thing with me is that, like, a lot of these games are historical pieces, right? And I don't think anybody buying
nostalgia.
Nobody buying these games is cares about it, like that it needs to be changed. Like, you just have it the way that it was. Like, I know that you pointed out, like, you had that one poster in Pinball Effects VR where they changed the
100%.
Black Rose.
They did that because Papa Brad gave him the scoop. You should not be painting clothes over Black Rose.
I just don't get it. This stuff, like, it doesn't bother me too much because I don't have.
I love it.
I'm the young buck, right? But
they went back back and put the nostalgia back in. They went back and put the posters the way they should have been in the first place.
Good, right? But then I see something like this, and I'm just like, whatever. You know, like
the question
that's how I've gotten with so many things now. It's just kind of just like
the question is, why is AtGames the only version that's different like this? The Pinball Effects VR version is not like this. So this had to have been the only thing I could think is AtGames. You know, they like to be very family friendly, even though you can play Chucky on their pinball machine. You know, you tell me the logic here, TomatoGrass. You can play Chucky on the pinball machine,
bro.
They're so family friendly. They have to alter the backglass of a modern table.
I had to alter my video on the wizard modes because we were playing a thing and it drops an F-bomb every 3 seconds in the wizard mode. So like that's totally fine to have that on there, but God forbid you have a woman on there that's, you know, Lola. God forbid you got that on there.
There's nothing wrong with Lola. They should have just left it alone and just went with it and just rolled. But
we weren't really behind the scenes. I don't know.
I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know what happened. That AtGames has different backglass than all the other versions. But I find these lights are interesting too. Look at the way these lights are. Like they change colors so much. Look at them. That's crazy.
Taxi is pure arcade.
Is a real pinball machine like that? Do you think? I'll have to look the next time I play.
I'm not sure where you were even looking at there.
Look at the way the lights are. Like they're completely dark.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I thought that was interesting.
Fast lanes, tight shots, and chaotic opportunities.
It's probably like that.
But anyway, I love this table. It is a fun table. It is a tough one. I do enjoy it.
String them together. It's a type of table that turns.
Paramount's trying to change some of the original Star Trek episodes. Please leave them alone. Please leave them alone.
3 Williams games are really fun. Yeah, I would say probably if I was to rate them, I would probably.
ChalataLove, you've put some time into these, and I know on the Wizard Room, which I will watch on Monday night, right? Monday night.
Yes,
Monday nights.
I will watch, and I will ask TomatoGrass to rate these 3 games in order of his favorite to least favorite. My rating for me is definitely, I would say Whodunit, Pinbot, and then Taxi. How about
from what I watched, I would agree. That's what I would say from what I watched. But
I would probably go with Whodunit would be the first one.
Easily.
And right now it's a very, very close tie.
Almost a tie, huh?
Pinbot and Taxi.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I'm leaning a little bit towards Pinbot right now.
A little bit towards
right now, but I really like Taxi. So I mean it's a close tie there.
Yeah, I love Pinbot. I mean, you know, the bride of Pinbot got to be a retro legend, babe. So you know, there's a little bit of you know, I'm kind of into the Pinbot a little bit too much, but you know, I feel like, you know, once again, the comments I've heard from people that don't like it are a lot of them. They're just not aware how hard these Williams games, the real tables, are just as hard as these, if not harder. Because then sometimes you deal with stuff that's broken on real pinball, right?
This is like real pinball's brutal, man.
This is like a perfect case. You know, when you play real pinball, you know, a lot of times it's seldom that the game is easier than playing on virtual pinball, because virtual pinball is more predictable. What do you think, TomatoGrass? You've been playing some real pinball.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, if you wanted me to talk about that, I started doing this.
So I've been playing a lot of real pinball too. Every chance I get.
I'm in a real pinball league now on Tuesday nights, and man, dude, like. And in that league, you get 1 game when you're playing on a table. You play with 3 other people, and you get 1 game, 3 balls. That's it. No extra balls, and it's so brutal. And because the thing is like, yeah, you could be really good at a table, and then the next time you go play it, it's not doing exactly the same thing that it was even the last time you played it. It's good, and everything is so unpredictable. And that's like we were talking. I think I was talking about it with Retro Tech. I mean, I think it might have been on Totan, where you can hit an orbit on digital, right? And it'll do the same thing every time. Maybe there's
more predictable than in the real world.
Yeah, yes. Maybe there's 2 variations, but in the real world, you'll hit that orbit 10 times, and 9 out of 10 times you're gonna have something different happen.
Oh my goodness! But I will say this: the playing digital pinball makes you a way better pinball player in general, because you get so comfortable with things like a dead flip. You get comfortable with doing things like post pass. I mean, just your comfort level when you get onto a real machine is so much higher that it can't. Like the last time I played real pinball, I couldn't believe how much better I was. Like it's just been like a year, you know, seeing that much growth, you know, on playing real pinball. But it definitely they go hand in hand. It's not going to hurt you. Playing virtual pinball is not going to hurt you as a pinball player at all. It's only going to make.
Well, and Brad, he's got a Creature from the Black Lagoon pinball machine. I haven't played it in the league yet, but I'm waiting for that match because I'm like, dude, I've got it in the bag. There is no way I lose that one because his machine is awesome, and what I've learned when I play it is totally transfers over. I'm like, oh, that's an easy win.
That's
And then I'll go over there and get last place on it. But I have
It's incredible. And thing about pinball and playing live, as we learned in the when we did the Battle of the Streamers, which I feel is like the best way to do like a tournament. That was my favorite way to play live head to head against someone. But pinball is a mix of luck, skill, and strategy. But there's always that element of luck that you can't control. And I feel like the real world, you get the most factors that can affect the luck. Virtual pinball is a little bit more controlled, but overall, it's those three things that come together, right? I mean,
playing real pinball will make you understand what things are really risky, right? Because and when you play digital, it's like, some things are a little risky, but you can mitigate it. But when you're playing real pinball, there's some stuff where it's like, dude, if I'm playing 3 balls in a competitive game, I will never try to do that because it's almost a guarantee that I'm going to lose the ball, and it's not even worth that much. Because and the thing is, like, when you're playing real pinball, it's very like you watch us on the Wizard Room, like we did a whole show on wizard modes, right? You go play real pinball, you're not going to get a wizard mode every single time you play the game, right?
No,
it's just rare. Like you go to a pinball arcade and you like, if you're used to the table on digital, you're like, oh, I got to get to the wizard mode like one time to get there. I'll beat that, dude. You'll spend $50 in quarters on that machine just getting through 2 out of 5 modes.
That's right.
So, that's just the nature of the beast.
It is
I love
incredible.
it, but that's the truth.
It is incredible. And you know what else is incredible? You know what else is incredible? Sydney Sweeney's jeans. Let's check out the Retro Legends babe for the week. Well, anyway, let's get back to talking about pinball. But that was a little shout out. Ray asked me to do Sydney Sweeney. I said, you know what? She's definitely worthy of being a Retro Legends babe, and we 100% support old Sydney Sweeney there in her jeans.
Yes.
So, but anyway, so after that, the next topic. Let's see what the next topic I had was. I got to go back to my banners. I can't.
Yeah, imagine if they.
My eyes are blurred.
We got Ray on there.
My glasses got fogged up. Let's see. We got the next thing we're talking about. We talked about
we got a super chat there, Papa Brad.
Did I get a super chat?
You sure
did.
did.
And it's
hey, Latori, boom! They should have put her on the Backglass of Taxi. I agree. I agree. Yes.
Censorship be
Video
damned.
Game Vegas. As if you think Pinbot is hard, it's not quite as hard as I am right now.
Throwing them quarters out the window.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so The next topic was we talked about the Flipper Friends discussion. We got to go there, guys. We have three people that typically, I'm on the top 20. Sometimes I'm in the top 10, but I'm almost always in the top 20. I feel like the Flipper Friends for me is becoming a grind where like I play the games I like
now?
every week.
Now? Really?
Where have you been?
I just when I had two games I had to throw away when I was playing Rescue 911 before I got my game that I was happy with. And like I do play on Thursday night because I feel like that's when I need to make my move to make my real scores. Because I know everyone's logged, it's tucked in and it's getting close to the end. I like that pressure of playing right before the end. And I moved up to like 11 this week. I did not crack the top 10, but I did move up to right at 11. But that was about all I could do. That dang Vern's Island. I was going cross-eyed trying to see what the icons were. I can't see it. My old eyes can't read that DMD. But I enjoyed some of the tables. Surprisingly, I really enjoyed going back to Trolls, which is hilarious to say that. But I actually enjoyed the Trolls table. I know you've been taking some players have been taking a break from it. I feel like they really need to stop putting Homeworld in the Flipper Friends. They need to stop putting the tables that we specifically say are broke as hell. There are tables that are terrible that they keep putting that are broken into Flipper Friends. And it's frustrating me, TomatoGrass. It's frustrating me because I love to play. I love to play. Don't make me play garbage. Not garbage. I'm not being too harsh. If I'm playing for fun, it's one thing. If I'm playing to get a registered score, I want to play games that work. I mean, that's too much to ask for, you know?
It's already hard enough that they expect you to play
five is too
games.
many, too. I'm just
and
going to say
then out of those five, like you got like one or two good ones.
We do two at Retro Legends. We do, and I always put one of them as a Flipper Friends table. You're going to play it anyway. So that's like, doesn't even count. You'd play it anyway. But I feel like I can't focus also. When I'm playing 5 tables, all the games are different, and it's hard to focus on getting any better when you're doing 5 different ones. I just want everyone to have a chance to speak about the current state of Flipper Friends. Before we do that, I want to give some shout-outs. Yeah. Mad Ben Hand, number 1. Soggy Bacon, number 2. Skull Joe, number 3. Your partner in crime, TomatoGrass.
That guy.
When is Skull Joe going to come on Retro Legends Arcade? I'd love to have Skull Joe on. I need to ask him.
He's going to start being around more.
I'd love to have Skull Joe on.
I know that
if you're listening or watching, I'd love to have you come on the show. I know you're an avid player. We've got the Real Creamer, number 4. ChalataLove, my boy. Number 5, right here live with us. 6-string pin. Wizard 626. Retrotech X in the top 10. He did a great gameplay this week. The number 8 is great. Top 10 scoring is always want to get in that top 10 is the magic to me. Ballydurn, Pinball Wizard, and on the last night I crawled from like way at the back to 11th. So I did move a lot, and I can play.
Hey, Papa Brad, put that back up one more time for me, bud. Look at the difference. I just now noticed this. Look at the difference on points between 3 through 5. 1 point on each one of them. Yeah. Man, that was close. Those us three there, man. That's I thought that was cool.
And I do have to say, let me take this off. Thank you, TomatoGrass, for not playing. That way I got a
There you go. I played one game, yeah, and I got first on that one. So
my 11th place, because if you play, I'm 12th, and you need to continue not playing in the Flipper Friends.
Well, I'm sure you'll ask
here's my
about
thing
my
too.
participation.
My score, since I played all summer and I was getting consistently in the top 10, my score in the IFPA has not moved at all. It was 8 or 9, and then it went to 15, and it never moved. So I don't know what's going on, but my score has never moved despite getting a bunch of good finishes. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I stopped
tell you what that's all about.
You know, but I don't. I really just play for the weekly totals. I just want to see. I enjoy playing against other players. I find that fun. It makes me get better.
My buddies. I do. I enjoy playing with my buddies, and that's how I look at it. I don't go there. I
go
try
there,
not to worry about that.
But by that, I don't care either. I mean, come play on our Retro Legends Arcade leaderboards. You know, I used to give out prizes. I can't do that anymore because of certain things that happened when I did that. But I do love playing. Come drop some scores, okay? And I'll give out prizes privately to people that play, and I'm going to do that. You're just going to get contacted by me, and I'm going to give you a prize for playing, and it's not going to be public because that's the way I got to do it. But I love the games. Come play these games with us. This show is all about, I do love talking to you guys. I love talking about the news and the pinball tables, but the show is really to give a free leaderboard system. It's free. It's a lot of love. Do you have to pay anything to play?
Absolutely not.
It's free. All you got to do is play the game, shoot a picture with your phone on the platform of your choice, and it's just for fun. So if you want to come join us, the links are in the description of the video. At the beginning of the show, I'm going to show a quick 6-minute, 5-minute clip that gives you all the QR. You can actually, those QR codes, if you put your phone up to it, it takes you right to where you enter your score. Or you can just click on the link in the description of this video. But I come from the golden age of arcades days. Like, I lived through the 80s, and it was wonderful. And I just love to play against good players, and it pushes me to get better, And, that way when I go to Wayback's Arcade and play, I did really well, by the way. But I don't care about that. I just enjoy the playing aspect. I want to play against other good players that are good, And that's what this is all about. So what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Well, me, I go ahead, ChalataLove.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've gotten to the point with Flipper Friends. If I enjoy playing the table and I want to put in a score, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to make it feel like a job, because it shouldn't be like that. We should be having fun with these tables, and sometimes 5 tables is a lot with life and everything else that's going on. So I'm looking at it as going and participating with my friends. I'm not worried about IFPA. I'm not worried about any of those other things.
What would be the perfect? I don't want to interrupt, but what would be the perfect amount of tables? And I want to get everyone's feedback. AtGames, listen to this. These are top players in your Flipper Friends. ChalataLove, what would be the perfect amount of tables?
I'd say 3 tables would be perfect. If you want to do the 5, allow us to pick 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
If you need to put 5 out there, great, but don't
take the 3 best scores.
Absolutely,
take the 3 best scores.
I think that's fair.
What's the perfect amount of tables?
That's a loaded question, Papa Brad.
I know, but it needs to be. They need feedback. I feel like players are getting burnt out.
Totally valid question, right? But I just think that it's
important.
A question like so. To answer it just point blank, 2 or 3, probably 3. Okay,
3. I think
3 is
perfect,
good.
Yeah.
5, definitely not 5. 5's ridiculous. But
5's ridiculous.
I would say 3.
You can't play 5 if you're looking to get better. You can't play 5 at once. You're not going to get better and good enough.
I think that, I think the bigger issue here is the fact of the tournament is being run in this way where, you just get unlimited attempts. Like I know you guys hear me say this again and again, but it's just not good, man. That's just not the way that we should be doing this. You shouldn't be able to play 100 games if somebody else can only get to play 4. Like they should have it. Like the
ultimate way is what you did to do actual tournament where you play live, but that's so much work for you, TomatoGrass. But what I'm saying, like playing live against a person, even a schmuck like Papa Brad could beat Mad Ben Hand on a fluke in a live competition. Live
makes competition better.
But you know what? You see the sweat beads coming off the players. You see the swearing. You see the passion.
Get the clinch factor up a little bit. That was the whole
passion
point
of the players, And,
but honestly, like I just think it's like like I'm not protesting Flipper Friends, right? But
no,
people have noticed,
not a
like,
protest.
Where have you been? Where have you been? Right? I just don't want to play it anymore. Like I just don't think that it's a good. I just like I'll play it if I want to. Like if there's a couple good tables, I'm gonna play them.
Also, it's like if you're gonna make us play, don't make us play tables that are no fun. I can go play Pinball Effects VR. Why do I want to play? Why do I want to play Gottlieb tables that look like they were made on Windows XP when I can go play? I can split my time between Pinball Effects VR and the Flipper, the better tables, the Zen tables.
911 was brutal this week for me because I had no sound with it. You know,
Bugs.
I mean, that was tough. That was a tough table to play without sound.
And like they need to listen to the player feedback about which, I mean, literally, I know on RetroTech's Discord, we've told them which tables don't play well and have bugs. Like we can give you a very specific list of all the tables that are messed up and that we don't like playing because they don't play well.
RetroTech's starting a database of that as well, you know. So if you've got a bug, you found a bug, we're put it on his database, and you know, hopefully somebody else will look at it.
And that's what I'll have to say. Like I'm not going to go into. I won't go into a huge rant, but like honestly,
huge rant. I like the big ones. Let's go. Go for it.
The tomato grass rant.
I need a tomato grass rant.
So I think that, you know, just the fact these tournaments are they're just not it, man. Like it's been cool, but we need something else. Like and like I can talk till I'm blue in the face, telling AtGames like, hey, we need to have some sort of other tournament. You could still do Flipper Friends, but make another way for us to do a tournament. But here's the thing: you can talk till you're blue in the face to have them do that. But then, like you guys are talking about, like RetroTech's making a database of all the games that are broken, and
yet they keep putting them in. Like we just played that terrible Homeworld game. That game is awful. It's god awful. It is a punishment to play it, and it's back again. Like we just literally played it. It feels like a month ago we played that or a month or two ago. It's like they have don't they have like 250 tables or something like that? Why aren't we playing the retro tables that are good? Where's Woods Queen? Not the retro.
Where's Shooting the Rapids remake?
Where's the remake?
Where's any of those remakes?
Where's Woods Queen remake? Like, why are we not playing the good stuff? Why are we playing this garbage? That's why I run my own tournaments, by the way. Yeah. I would rather play the fun stuff, you know, the stuff
it makes me wonder who's picking these tables out if it's not just AI generated.
They're not picking them for the right reasons.
I think you almost answered your own question there, ChalataLove. I don't know.
AI generated.
I think it's AI generated. I don't think anybody. Yeah. I don't think a human.
No one's picking the tables. Well,
it
would be better. It would be better if they just took a little feedback from a group of players that play each week. Maybe look at the top 30 players or 20 players that play all the time. Maybe get some feedback and hone in on some tables that are more fun.
Yeah, and if it is a human,
that would not be that hard for them to do.
If a human is picking these tables, they're not playing them.
They're not playing them. They don't know what they're doing. You know?
I'd love to win the Powerball too. You know that. Like, as long as I'm about things.
Me too.
But anyway, so Flipper Friends, we did give the shout outs to the friends that played. Speaking of Flipper Friends, these are the new tables. Homeworld again in the tournament.
Oh, it's your favorite one.
You know, I actually like the ones that are old, like the really old school ones, like this tropical table. I'll enjoy that. You know, I've gotten the Supersonic table. I've not had a chance to play it on the AtGames yet, but I'm sure. Have you played that one? I'm sure it looks like it's fun.
I have. It's fun. There's there's some things to it that you got to get used to. You know, ramps that kind of lift up and go back down and stuff. So you know that was kind of confusing at first, but once you kind of get used to it and get into the flow of it, it's a good table. It's fun.
Okay, excited to play that. Let's take a quick little look at it. I got a quick little clip we could look at real quick.
Wow, the engine's roaring. Let's break the sound barrier and push the limits of speed. Nice shot! Maximum velocity.
Guys, can you click your mics? If you click your mic, you should be able to talk over it. Just click your mic.
Bonus times 4.
No, maybe not.
Secondary playfield
I was just saying, Brad, I just know that I haven't loaded up this table yet, but it was one of the first things that I noticed about the table was all out. I don't know. It just seemed like they could have somebody more badass than the narration.
Like the Team U version of Top Gun or something.
Yeah, pretty much. It is. It's a fun table. That being said, you know, I did call it the Team Top Gun.
Yeah, I caught that. That was a pretty fun comment. You know. How do I get this?
Whoa, look at this view.
Whoa, look at this setup, man. We're going crazy. How do I get this out of here? Hold on. I'm trying to get us back to our normal setup. Is this it?
That's when you want to do the wizard room.
Yeah. I don't know how you do it, ChalataLove. This is pretty hard. I'm having a hard time functioning here. Anyway, let's add this to stage real quick. So this is the rest of the calendar. Looks like we have a Zen Studios table coming out. We have a Magic Castle Deluxe, which is fun. I have played Supersonic Deluxe a lot on Steam. I've played Magic Castle Deluxe. I do like these. These are two good tables from my experiences with them. So I think people will be generally pretty happy with those Magic Pixel tables. Java absolutely hates Supersonic. So, but
Supersonic.
We'll be playing it this week in the Legends Arcade. But it'll be, I mean, I'm looking forward to playing it. I have to play it anyway to play Flipper Friends. So I'm going to be playing it anyway.
Do we have any idea what that Zen on the 20th is?
That's what I was wondering. They haven't said anything.
I haven't heard anything about it, but I have a guess that it's probably going to be, because since it's a single one, I think
it'll be a Zen original.
I think it's going to be a Zen original.
Yeah, like Excalibur maybe, or like the Son of Zeus or something like that would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a multi-pack, so it's not going to be it's probably not going to be. It could, you know, they have released Williams tables by themselves. Like we got Champions Pub by itself.
We got a lot of them
from
by
Mars.
themselves,
Yeah,
to be honest.
Could be anything.
I hope I'm wrong.
I'm losing faith in Elvira ever being on. If they're going to cut Lola off the Backglass, do you think they're going to put Elvira's attributes on the Backglass of their pinball? I do like Son of Zeus. That would be a fun one.
Hey, but like I said, I think I don't know if I said it on your show, but I've said it in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I think this is very smart for them to just have a Zen Studios game on the 20th. Because now we can all speculate, and now if there something does come up and we don't get that on the 20th and we get it on the 24th,
it's no big deal.
Nobody's gonna be like, "Well, son of a gun, I was waiting for Elvira, and now I got to wait another couple days."
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like the whole calendar thing is a mistake because it pens them in. It creates a lot of hatred that's unnecessary.
Yeah, they don't need this at all.
In my opinion, like
totally
they could totally stop doing a calendar, and I would be fine with it. Just release the games when they're ready and make sure they play right, and I would be happy. But I mean, I know some people like the calendar, but I think they hurt themselves. Sometimes they hurt themselves more than help having a calendar, you know. But
I think
that's the August calendar.
I think getting the surprise of what we're going to get maybe the day before something is cool. So
I love it. I love it. I was totally happy with that.
Yeah. I can't believe we have to play ET again. Gosh, I'm so sick of ET, man.
What Zen pinball did they have on this one? It's homework. What is the Zen table we're playing for this week?
For this week?
Yeah.
I think it's Taxi.
It's no.
It's
we're playing this week is
this week.
The other Honor and Legacy one.
Oh, the Samurai one.
The Samurai one.
Actually, I do like that one more. Although those tables are really old. Those are like 2-year-old tables. So those are long in the tooth, kind of. Those are older tables.
That's a tough table, man. That's Samurai table.
It is tough. It is tough. But I like them. I like the punishing. I like the harder, more difficult tables. I don't know what it is, but I swear the harder it is, sometimes the more I like it. That's probably why I like these Williams tables, these like Pinbot and Taxi so much. But I do like the harder tables. I don't know what it is about it.
That little flipper on the Samurai one, man. Gosh, it's just it drives me crazy. That little flipper. I hate little flippers, but that one's bad.
Samurai Vengeance is the Zen table.
Yeah.
Actually, I will enjoy playing that. I was enjoying playing it when I was reviewing it. I was having a lot of fun with it. So I don't think that's that bad for me. But you know, in general, though, the Flipper Friends, it needs work. Let's be honest. It needs work. If you want it to be great, it needs work. That's all I'm saying on it right now. And I don't know how honestly, I don't know how I'm going to be able to swing playing 5 tables and playing my own tournaments and working like full time. So, I mean,
probably right. And I want to back off that because that's people might be wondering, like, you know, it's not that I don't like playing and I'm just protesting, but I'm doing the Wizard Room now, which is honestly most of my 4K. That's something I really want to do. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm doing
yeah.
And now I
play stuff I enjoy playing.
Yeah. And now I joined this new Tuesday Pinball League. Like I'm doing that. And that's something that I really want to do. And for a whole week, like that's enough pinball for me. Like I don't need to, like when I was playing Flipper Friends, like even at 3 tables, dude, I was playing that 30 hours a week. I don't have that kind of time anymore. I'm not doing that. Like, and no disrespect to anybody that does, because there's people out there that are killing it. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
I'm definitely going to play the
Flipper
Flipper Friends, but I don't know if I'll be able to rank, because it takes time, and that's the bad format too. Like you said, if they limited it to like 3 plays of each game, then it would be more fair too.
Oh my God, it would be
like,
so amazing.
Really, like if they wanted it to be really competitive, they would give everyone 3. Because let's face it, you could have one game and just blow
amazing,
it and suck.
It would be a game changer.
You can have one game that's a fluke. But if they limit it to 3 plays or 2 plays per game, and it really counts, and the sweat starts hitting the brow, and you really got to.
That's what I want to talk.
That's
anything. If there's anything that I can say to make a point here, is that would be the best thing.
I think limiting the tries
is just make it so you have limited attempts, like
And what would be cool about that? What's cool about that is when you put your 3 in and you've played your 3 games, that's it.
That's it.
You don't have to sit there and grind for 3,
you don't have to grind.
But you could if you want. If you wanted to practice that for hours and hours and hours and learn the game, more to your heart's content. But that's the thing. It's like that's like everything in life, And when you go take a test when you're in school, right? It's not you can take the test. Oh, I guess there's some places that you take a test 50,000 times.
Yeah.
But most of the time, like if you're in something that you really need to do, it's you got to take the test. Hopefully you studied for hours and hours and hours because that's going to help you. But at the end of the day, you need to be able to perform like when it counts.
Just like when we did the Battle of the Streamers, it's that live element and limited attempts that makes it more challenging.
And it levels the playing field tremendously.
Yeah, it does.
Like I was telling people
big welcome to Rich Mix. He plays in our tournaments. Welcome to the stream, Rich Mix. Glad you're here. Billy Wood.
But that's like what I was saying.
Where you at? He never drops the score.
Too, is that when you have limited attempts, like when I play in this pinball league, somebody who is like the lowest rated player in the league won the 1 week.
Yeah, it can happen 100%.
Because it levels the playing field so much when you've only got a game, which wouldn't be so maybe like I would say
3 to 5 would be enough attempts.
3 would be good. But
I don't know.
Like that's a level.
I don't know if I would do 5. 3 is really like 3 balls. Like 3 is a lot.
3 games. I would say 3 games.
Yeah.
3 games of like 3 games of 3 tables would be like you could do the whole thing. If you wanted to do no practice, you could just allot like 2 hours of your week and be done. That's it.
And
I still want to have to grind.
You don't have to do that anymore.
Because the format they did is a broken format, and people are rewarded for grinding and playing a lot of games because that's the format that they've developed for this. But I have a question for you. Wait a minute. We got to put you in the hot seat. Hold on a second. TomatoGrass, do you play any other video games? I got a question from Ray.
From Ray. It's a good. Hey, Ray, that's a great question. So I've actually gone into this on Brad. I don't know if it was your show, Brad, or my own stream. When I got this AtGames 4KP, I canceled my Xbox Live membership. I used to play Xbox. I used to play Xbox all the time. I played Rocket League. I played Call of Duty. I played PGA Tour. I played Madden. I played a lot of games. And then when I got this, I was playing 4KP for like 40 hours a week on top of working. So I just can't I hadn't it was after the point that I hadn't fired up my Xbox for about 5 months. I canceled the membership. I said, I'm not going to play that game. If I want to play, if my one friend wants to play, I'll just do the 1 month thing and I'll pay $8.
Yeah.
But
I mean, when I have time to play games, I like playing pinball, virtual pinball, and I like playing classic arcade games from the 80s. And I like playing these cheesy Atari games in a tournament, even though they're ancient, and I still love them. But I like playing the retro games. I actually got into collecting PS4 games because they're great and they're cheap. I mean, you could get S tier titles for like $5,
right?
And it's one of the best games that ever came out on the system. So I kind of like for me, I'm not interested in modern games too much because the thought of paying $70 to $80 for a game and then having to put hundreds of hours into it, I feel like pinball and arcade is where my heart is. That's what the kind of games I want to play. I'm not interested.
I'll tell you
in
what,
playing
though,
a bunch of
games
modern
have been
games.
at like that $60 level for quite a while. I mean, we were paying $60 for a game 15 years ago, and now we're still paying. I mean, now we're going to start paying probably $100 for some of these huge releases.
It's ridiculous.
But I'm okay with
I don't know how
but
people
you
can
know what?
afford it.
Some of these games, I'm not going to name any game by name, but there's a couple games coming out in the next year or two that I will pay $100 for. But
I'm not saying there aren't good modern games. Not at all. That's what I'm saying. But
yeah,
for me, I prefer to spend my time playing virtual pinball and 80s and retro arcade games and retro games. I feel like for me, the value is more in the retro games, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's another thing, Brad, is that, you know, I was born after a lot of this stuff came out. Like, I grew up on a Nintendo 64. So that to me is like, that's
Welcome
retro
to the show,
to me,
Retro
like
Tech.
Nintendo 64. Like, that's like, whoa, that's before my time.
Yeah. And Retro Tech, you have an open invite. Anytime you want to come on, you have an open invite. Just let me know. I'll send you a link. But he's always welcome on my show. I like Retro Tech X. He's got a great channel. I feel like if he was here, we would have the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse for AtGames. If Retro Tech X was here, we'd have the whole AtGames gauntlet here. But
that's a great channel. He speaks his mind too. He doesn't have a filter. That's one thing that I like a lot about a lot of the people in this community is that there's a lot of opinions, and you know, we're not like nobody has like is like too pulled back. It's like if we have an opinion, we just say it. You know, and that's one thing that I think, and it's really nice that everybody is kind of most people are kind of welcome to that. You know, there's some people that, you know, get
if you make it personal, that's it. You know, don't come at me.
Don't do that.
Insults.
Don't do that.
You know? But don't call me a cheater. You know, I've been at this game for 5 years. Everything that I've done, I earned, and I worked hard to get it. So it is what it is. You know. And by the way,
Brad, you've been a good friend to me, and I'm really glad.
Congratulations, ChalataLove. You got 1,000 subs, man.
Yes.
I was checking out your channel. You're killing it, man.
Blowing me out of the water.
Look at all these streams he's done. Look at this. He's killing it over there. Just killing it. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm here to have fun. This is a hobby. It's something I enjoy. But anyway, I would like to thank you all for coming on.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's left to do, I want to really quickly pull up my leaderboards and thank some people that have been playing each week, and then we'll call it a show. So let me just pull that up real quick. Do you have anything you want to talk about? You can talk while I'm trying to pull it up. I got to find the.
What? Is that me?
Yeah.
Is that my time? I'm just.
Don't say something, TomatoGrass. I'm looking for this.
Ray said that he moved his front exciters next to the flippers. I know I've heard a lot of people talking about doing that.
I heard about that.
Have you heard about that, ChalataLove? Because I know that people have said they've been doing that.
I heard about it. Somebody, I heard Retro Tech was talking about it on a Discord, and I was intrigued. I was like, man, that sounds like a really good idea to do, you know. So, I want to investigate that a little bit more, man. I have
not. I duct taped my exciters to the panel, to the thing, and I said I'm never moving that ever, and that has gone true.
Yeah, one thing I want to show real quick. I want to show this is the body of work that the Retro Legends Arcade has done so far. Okay, I want you to do. I'm just going to scroll through the leaderboards real quick to show how many games we've played. You ready? I'm scrolling. Look at all this competition for free. All you got to do is show up and drop a score. Wait, there's more. Hold on. Now, what I do is after the games are over, I alphabetize them so you can go back and drop a score if you want.
Oh, so you can still go back and drop scores on past.
You can still go back and drop scores if you want, you know.
Awesome.
And all the games are here that we played. And you could see, you know, who played when we played Tomb Raider. Who played? There's Rich Mix, #1. You know, look at that. There was a time when I actually could play Jaws. I was good enough to be a #1 in Jaws. Not anymore, I'm sure. But there was a time. No one was playing Jaws. But there's Mad Ben Han. There's the Rexer Show. But when you look at these leaderboards, you see that I don't discriminate. If you're a player and you have the skills to pay the bills, come join us on the Retro Legends Arcade leaderboards. That's what these are here for players to play. I just want to go over the games I have not announced. Barnstorming. The lower the score, the better for this game. So actually, the winner of this one was actually Sacro because he entered another score that was lower. So Sacro got number 1, CP Fluid, Dave LB, T. McCloskey, Dark Death Rider. I came in last. I'm not very good at flying the plane through the barns, apparently, but I am very good at playing Stargate. I got number 1 in Stargate. That's the sequel to Defender. Okay. Then Defender itself, we had Dark Death Rider, T. McCloskey, Defender. Sacro was number 1. I was second. Dark Death Rider, T. McCloskey. We had Teed Off. ChalataLove, there you are, number 1 score.
Yeah.
Number 1 score on Teed Off. And we're just going to get through these. T. McCloskey, Ballydurn. Dave LB, thanks for playing, Dave LB. Rich Mix again and Knight Rider. Kev Gret, I came in third. ChalataLove. And I believe the top 3 were all VR. And then ChalataLove, you're the number 1 AtGames pinball player.
I had to put my score in that. Darn it.
No, I think that was the one before,
He's in the chat right now. There's RetroTech X. Then the week before, last week, we played Enduro. These are last week's scores. Enduro, number 1 player of Enduro was Kev Gret, my co-host that comes on sometimes. Sacro. Jabba, number 3, great score. This Atari Classic Games. CP Fluid, Dark Death Rider TV. I'm towards the bottom in this one, but I totally enjoyed playing. We got Brady Goat, T. McCloskey. We played the classic arcade game Ladybug. Sacro killed it with 47,470. Came in second. T. McCloskey, Dark Death Rider, Mikey J Productions. Rounding out the scores for Ladybug, we had The Mummy, The Rock Curse of the Mummy. Jabba number 1, Rich Mix. Those are VR. Sacro, VR. I think everyone's VR on this one. Mikey Yoon, Mikey J, RetroTech X. I think everyone played in VR on that table. And we had the AtGames table, the original Firefighter Wildlands. A lot of love. You killed it. Look at that score. Is that $1 billion?
Yeah.
$1 billion?
Yeah.
30 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? TomatoGrass he beat that score on 1 damn ball on the first ball. That's nothing. That's
I didn't put it. No, we
to the
can't
scores
prove
that are
that
out right
on
now.
this.
Do what?
I can't prove it on this. You got the score, man. There you go.
Well, you got your score in Flipper Friends. You can always submit a score from Flipper Friends. I'll take a score if you want to put it in.
No, I'll just play it again. How about that?
Now these games went live today. These are the games we're playing. Now, at the beginning of the show, you saw I talked about Asteroids for the Atari, Crazy Climber, the arcade game, Supersonic Deluxe, which is in AtGames Pinball's Flipper Friends this week. And I did a vote on my channel, and everyone wanted to play Whodunit was the number 1 pick. So I ran as my primary Zen table Whodunit. But the purpose of this board is just to have fun and allow people to share scores. It's completely free. It costs nothing to play. And thank you to everyone that's been playing. Every week I enjoy going to my machines. And this gives me something to do, something I enjoy, to play against these players and push myself. Can I catch Sacro? Am I going to be able to catch Sacro this week? Is this RetroTech X going to take me out? It's fun. It's fun to play these games and have this competition. That's part of the fun. So that's it. I wanted to make sure that everyone that played got their shout outs. And that's about it. So we'll close it out. Any final thoughts from you guys? Obviously, check out the Wizard Room. That's on Monday. What time is it on Monday?
It is 7:30 Eastern time on Monday.
And that is TomatoGrass. He's a great streamer, great player.
Brad. Just really quick, I just want to thank you because you've been one of my really good friends since I've started this, and I'm really glad that you got me on here because some people might be like, "Hey, where's TomatoGrass?" I'm here. I'm here.
Well, thank you so much. And here's the thing, all the people that play in these tournaments with us, you're all welcome. RetroTech X, anyone that wants to come on, even Billy Wood Mods is welcome on my show. I did reach the hand out and give him an invite, but you all are welcome to come on. This show is for the community. It show's not just for me; it's for the community. ChalataLove, love your content. Like I said, I watch every one of your videos. You are a fantastic player. I just love it when you play pinball and talk about these machines. Tell everyone when you stream again so they know.
Streaming at noon Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And,
Lunchtime pinball.
once again, you're always welcome. If I'm streaming and I'm yakking about something you're interested, say Papa Brad, send me a link, and I'll send you a link.
And thank you, Papa Brad, for having me on. Really appreciate
absolutely.
What you do for the community, man, and keep doing what you do, brother.
Yeah, man, and you know, I'm not going
And
anywhere.
happy birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you. I've
Yeah,
got
happy
dragon.
birthday, buddy.
Yeah, I've got dragon scale armor. I'm not going anywhere. And to much people's displeasure.
Well,
But,
that's the attitude you got to have, and I'm glad that you do.
Yeah.
Just let it all
when you
roll
get
off
on
the
when you
back.
get on YouTube, you better have thick skin because
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You better have thick. You could be the nicest person in the world, but someone's going to come at you. It's part of YouTube. And once you get to be a certain size, I mean, you're going to get trolls. It's going to happen. So enjoy it. You know, just enjoy the suck of it, having the trolls. But anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for coming on. Thank you to all the players that have been playing. Take care. I'm going to end the stream. And we'll be back on next week with brand new games. And thanks for watching.
Well, Papa Brad's a game man. He's got passion in his soul.